this Northwest Pro Lawn Care Maintenance calling at my dog, and then but actually he was calling it Derek, and Derek was actually just cleaned off the sign on the back with like the guy's got him like doing detail or whatever. Interesting. I'm sure that the guy asked him to, because you know this stuff's going to be on video, not my video, other people's video, and then he's going for the big escape / he wanted to buy drugs, so I was getting him drugs, which is most likely bullshit. But very interesting, because I'll guarantee you that this guy right here with this pro lawn care is going to be somebody that's in the program that fucking, you know, he's always, oh no, I'm always helping, giving people jobs and stuff, and fucking, yeah. You know, let's make it clear, if, you know, people think that drugs and alcohol, some people are fucking shitty fucking people. And sure, it makes them worse because they're on alcohol and drugs, but it's not the alcohol and drugs, it's their shitty people to begin with. So don't always blame drugs and alcohol. Sometimes people just fucking suck naturally. And so, in other words, you know, if you're gonna go and get sober, it's in general, sobriety is not just about not having had a drink or whatever. It's an attitudinal change, a spiritual change, one that at a minimum you start to take care of yourself in a way that's responsible and respectful to yourself and the others around you in the long run. If you're respectful about yourself, it generally leaves, you know, respect in your wake. You know, you can think of it that way. But, you know, some people, they suck. It doesn't matter that they're on alcohol and drugs and they suck worse then, or sometimes they don't suck worse actually then, but you know, at their core, they're not getting to the root of the problem. They're dry drunks. They're fucking still broken and full of character defects and you know, human beings. But it's funny how drug and alcohol makes the addiction part all of a sudden makes things different for the individual. You know, oh, he's going to meetings now, it's alright, everything's alright, they're going to meetings now. And at meetings, they're, when I say this, you know, Bill and Bob, yeah, they were, if they were alive right now, they would, well, the fucking meetings wouldn't be doing what the fuck they're doing if they were still alive now, would they? So, unfortunately, you know, could you imagine if it was Dr. Bob and Bill, if they go into a fucking meeting in California on a nice summer day, a lot of people wearing tank tops and t-shirts and shit, and they start seeing the fucking triangle on people's shoulders, on their, you know, little ones on their hands, and walk through the parking lot and see all these bumper stickers. And don't get me wrong, you know, you gotta have pride in your sobriety. But that's really the issue. That right there is the fucking issue. Pride, right? False pride is talked about a lot in addiction. But it's about why you're drinking and using in the first place in a manner that's that is counterintuitive to health. You know? Now, yes, you have, I guess they call them hope to die kind of drunks or alcohol users, and that's, you know, there are people like that. These are people that also, if we were 600 years ago, these are people that are on the edge of the mountain when you're walking on that path. That's, you know, they're over there possibly getting to where they need to go quicker, and also possibly losing their fucking life or being injured permanently because, but they strive for that. And so it's not always about the fact that somebody keeps putting in large amounts of alcohol and drugs. So I don't know who these people are, but you can see over here. All right, let me focus in here. Yeah, he just put his camera or whatever away. That guy. There's a gold Honda of some sort. That guy. And he's been over there acting like he is pacing, waiting for his wife to give birth or something. But I saw him looking over here many times with his camera or phone in a strange manner. Now, I could be, but remember what I just said about them cleaning the sign on the back of the landscaping vehicle so that they could, make sure it's nice and clean and looks good for, these people are doing this, these kind of operations, if you want to call them that. They're not doing it because I have done anything. I mean, they think they are, but they've been told lies, first of all. And cleaning up of the sign and everything is because they want to make sure that their shit looks good. They want the look at what I did. Look at what I do for fucking sobriety. And Bill and Bob would fucking reverse suplex and then fucking DDT. And at least at the end, either a full Nelson or fucking guillotine just to put him to sleep. That's what Bob is, because you see, that's what it's all about. It's about false pride. It's about creating scenarios. And so when you drink and use drugs, you change your view. You change the scenario. You change how, you change those kind of things. And you don't have to use alcohol and drugs, you see. You can just be a fucking freaking asshole without that, without having to use by being attitudinally out of step with your better self. Let's just call it that way. Anyway, I'm going to close there. It's been a lot of fun. I'm joking. There's not much fun to this, but it is extremely intriguing and provoking, thought-provoking, and it's serious because we have a situation where we got really we have a citizenry in America right now that is so people want to be told what to do more than ever. And if they're being told that it helps the community, they just fucking run for it. And I mean, help your community. But always check the fucking intentions of somebody who's trying to ask you to do something that might be out of bounds a little bit or whatever, and they're going to tell you that it's okay because they're law enforcement or something. When was the last time law enforcement came and finished your shift or came in and worked for you when you had, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, you should always, not always, you should be respectful of law enforcement, but if they can't even do their own fucking job, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? If they want you to do their job for them, why would you fucking do a goddamn thing for them? They definitely ain't protecting and serving. They're turning out to be law enforcement. My heroes are turning out to be douchebags. You see the landscaping shirt on the back of this guy, right? It's not a joke. It's not a made-up thing. It's not that there's all of a sudden fucking I'm in landscape heaven. The back of that man's sweatshirt that just walked by. If you also notice his head motion and his fucking trying to give my dog the side eye and all this bullshit. We're gonna come get you. We're gonna save you. Your owner's a fucking hell yeah. Hey, I'm a fucking American. And when you fuck with an American and fuck with our Constitution and fucking try to fucking label me and fucking blah, 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 fucking gaslighting, you want to know what? Why do we use that term as if it's okay? Why do we allow people to gaslight each other? Gaslighting is based on a man who was trying to drive and did drive his wife fucking crazy, and I think had her put into an asylum so he could do what the fuck he wanted to do. That's what it is. It's not, it's just, it's her fault for being gaslit. Are you guys fucking serious? Wake up, fucking people. Wake up and become Americans again. And remember that when you fucking fuck with somebody like that and you gaslight somebody like that you are fucking with their life. And that you should be able to protect your life. And that if you gaslight somebody, especially through the media, especially with fucking whatever the fuck it is, you should kiss your ass goodbye. Because we're fucking Americans. We're tired of fucking lying. And we're tired of fucking dealing with liars. Because we have fucking respect for ourselves. The ones that are fucking doing what they're supposed to do. No, I'm helping law enforcement because they're fucking killers. I try to show them respect, and he fucking was being fucking stupid because, you know, what they do is they reduce you to what the Nazis did, right? Oh, they're rats, broken, look at their nose, or I don't fucking know, but they're rats, right? They're not nothing better than a rat. That's another thing you should watch out for. As soon as fucking somebody reduces another human being to something other than a human being, you probably want to turn the conversation off, maybe remind them that they're talking about another human being, and definitely not be influenced to help them in any way, because unless they're going out to help another human being. But remember, these are very sly individuals that understand and know when they are working on a target that something that looks like help to anybody else could be something that's actually life-threatening for the individual that it's being done to. So even if you're being asked to do something nice and sweet, and maybe even being paid for it, consider what it is you might be doing and who it is you're helping before you do it, because you may very, very well, no matter how sweet it seems to be, actually injuring another person by being a tool for this individual. Because see, it's like Manson. Although Manson did pay for what he did, he didn't kill nobody, right? Them other people did. Well, that's what they're doing. You look at the law enforcement, CIA, and these guys as Manson, basically. And we are the bald women that are running around, that were running around him and doing all his bids. That's how a decent way to look at it, without it being when I say decent, I mean, the decent way to look at it is just cut and dry. They're fucking lying to you, and you know, there's no reason to help them. And when I say help, exactly what are they doing? Exactly, they're claiming that I'm hiding. Do I look like I'm fucking? I mean, I do look like I'm hiding, like in this sense, but I'm not hiding. I'm not trying to hide my face. I'm not cutting my fucking hair until my hair is fucking tested individually, not by the state, not by any fucking somebody who gives a fuck, so that we can unfold either that I am a complete psychopath that fucking poisons myself on a regular basis, and there might be some exotic things, and there might be things that don't look like poisons because of the way they break down your system and get stored away. But I can guarantee you that some of the stuff that's going to show up may not be clearly discovered at the time, but it will be. And it is going to be things that, if I'm alive in 2 years, I'll be lucky. And when I say that, it's not like that. I'm not wishing for death, nothing. But when you think about what was changed and altered on my medical records and that kind of stuff, you will see that. And then you can look at all the video and stuff of people saying, doing, enacting in ways that is not for life. Maybe it's not like death, but it's, you know, if you take a minute of a person's life away by doing something to them and it shortens their life, do you understand what I'm saying? And if you say, well, go sit down for a minute and imagine somebody's got their... You see what I'm saying? And if you don't have a problem with that, you got to check yourself. Go read the Bible or check in with Freud or whoever, so that you understand that you do whatever the fuck you want to with yourself. When it comes to other people, we're fucking Americans. We're goddamn respectful. And when I say that, what I mean is within means. You know, we're not just going to let teachers come into public schools and start telling everybody to change your sex. You know, we're not that kind of fucking, oh, it's okay. Although that's what we've become. Everything can be better now because we know that it doesn't have to be like that, that we are Americans and that we can not just protest, but make sure that we are voting for and, you know, within reason. You got to remember that we're not always going to be winners, we're not always going to be losers, but we cannot give in to the so-called will of fucking corporations, our government, pharma, of law enforcement until they earn it. And this goes to first responders too, that have been given more and more abilities to have power, and they have, they've abused that. You can't, you can be a paramedic, but if you're going to be a paramedic that's in a situation where, power corrupts overall, there's no doubt about it. But I think that is also a self-defeating statement because, in a way, because I just see people repeating and going back to fucking old ways and other kinds of things and that are unhealthy or very, very unhealthy. And I think it's important to know that it's just important to know that we are not living in Mayberry. We can bring things back into focus, but we're going to have to be honest with ourselves, and we're going to have to start making sure that people around us are being honest. And so just don't be around them, and make sure that you're around people that are honest, and or check them. If you don't have it's a skill to be able to check somebody in a manner that is helpful and actually assists the person and helps you and helps the community. So, if you don't have that, there's no reason to blow yourself out about it or fucking start a confrontation just to excuse yourself quietly. You don't have to tell that person. And because if you just have to hang out with people, choose good people. Being alone is better than being with 4 other people that are fucking all fucking led astray and only gonna take you there with them. If you have to drown alone, then drown alone. But don't drown because you got too close to 4 other people that don't know how to swim and they take you down and drown you. We gotta love each other. But there's no reason to sacrifice yourself for another American either, not right now. Now, individual situations are different, and maybe somebody saved your life, and you see a situation where it may even cost you your life, but you do the same because we're fucking Americans, and we do those kinds of things. I don't want to say that. It's hard to fucking understand and believe because reparations, the American Indians, the native, I don't know what to call it because it's always the Cherokee and the nations that were here before us, and that actually lay no claim to the land, but they also understand that when they say that, they also mean us. Like, you also don't lay no claim, and so take it easy. That's right. It's kind of a spiritual way of living, actually, and well, we're not going to go back there, but at the same time, we haven't paid our bills in that regard. Whether it's reparations or whether it has to do with the people that were here before us. That's it for me right now. So landscaping, law enforcement, the church up there, Church of the Nazarene. It's all racket. It's oftentimes, in my situation, it's oftentimes more than a few people, but at least a few people. And, it's going to be interesting to see just how much this costs everybody, right? Because it's the taxes. Now, please understand, I don't feel great about any of that. But if this stuff doesn't get revealed and kicked out of a system that if we let it go any more looser or corrupt, however you want to look at it, then we can expect nothing but really terribly bad things.
You decided to break down?
Video. Sorry, I thought you were. Yeah. Thank you. If we don't, we're going to be in. We're going to be in for some real serious shit because we're already in it. And I want America to go well. I want people to be happy and have a chance, and I don't want people to send their sons and daughters off. I'm a military brat, but I don't want them to send them off and to fucking get injured or traumatized or and come back and be for what? For financial interests and shit? Nah. Nope. I mean, if it's to help somebody that's that's what we do. If it's to help this destroying us or whatever, that's what we do. But just to gaslight other people to get their lands or their minerals or to blackmail them for protection from us, right? That's what's happening. It's what? Yeah, we're better than that, and it's only going to start with us each individually. So let's get to work. You are an American, and you matter and can make a difference. Not can make a difference. You are the fucking difference. It could sound bad, huh? And what I mean by that is that it matters. We are at a tipping point where it can matter. So I just want you to know that I love you guys, because we're all Americans here. And I know that I've come at some people in a manner that is, you have to understand that you do not understand the context of what it is you're entering into, and that you are not just doing a prank. You are part of a conspiracy that I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but that at one point led to people setting my house on fire, trying to kill me and my dog. That is not stopped. People don't just don't have a house, but it's my landlord's house. I'm responsible for it. And yeah, you see where I'm getting at with all this? And then when you start to think about the chaos that's happening around you, understand, I'm not the only one. There can't be. I'm not that special, right? This idiot's special. What the fuck? Only reason anytime I ever felt special is those people that I was hanging out with, Jane and Rashawn. I always felt special around them because I thought that they were good people. And well, good people make mistakes, but good people check and understand, and they don't just act on the word of another unless it's at the spur of the moment, and they may have to process things later. Spur of the moment is one thing. Make sure that if it's a spur of the moment, that it's not somebody who it isn't a spur of the moment for them. The only spur is you, and getting you to assist quickly. Yeah. Be thoughtful and careful about that. Then you got Tom. So we've been here for 12, 14 minutes creating this, and 22 minutes. And we've had the landscape and then another landscape, and that's just from us coming down from like being evicted, if you want to call that. Rapid response came through. It was all good. There's never been an issue with them. They're just trying to do their job, and I don't have any problems with them actually. But everybody else that's homeless out here hates them. And well, so we got to take responsibility for ourselves sometimes. Even we can't take responsibility for other people's feelings. Kind of, sort of, we can't do that. But at the same time, because we know how to, if you're homeless or if you're a drug addict, you're alcoholic, when I say this, if you abuse those kind of things or they rule you, then you can count on, but we don't have to keep repeating those behaviors. We don't have to keep making things chaotic and, muddying up the waters so that there could be no clarity. What would happen if we all really made a conscious move and was skilled to be able to actually not just wish the best and think the best, but actually be part of improving ourselves every day and even the people around us? Well, what could we do? What could we not do? We are Americans. We can. I don't want to get too positive on us Americans, because when you look around, we have let this happen, and it's our fault. But that's a good thing. Let's all understand what part we have in the fault of life in general, and you can't make a move forward, not a purposeful move, without understanding where the fucking weaknesses are in your in your program, in your life, things going on around you. Can't control none of that, right? We only control ourselves. But it's really important that we understand how, when we come into the mix of something, how we can have the best impact or the least impact. I don't like to impose in certain situations, and so I want to arrive and be in a situation where I'm not disturbing anyone or influencing, or I want to be that fly on the wall many times, because I'm a observer and a note taker in a sense, and a comparer, if you want to, and that's not always healthy maybe for myself, but it does give me some insights, and it does allow me to, I'm not smart, I'm dense sometimes, but it allows me to understand things not just as I see them there, but how that may be applying to my life, a friend of mine's life, or other things. So that's really important. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's really important that you are an American, that you listen to all of this all the way. If you listen all the way to now, thank you. But I do mean it. We are fucking Americans, and we can do, it can be unlimited. But at the same time, we got to have our heads in the right space. We have to have our intention in the right space, and we got to use the skill that we have and the heart that we have in a manner that helps us live longer and healthier, and ensures that for ourselves. But it also shares that energy with the people around us, because that's very important. Thank you. Bye-bye.